straight out Gumby on a hippie trailhead full of zombies.
Bruh.
I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under, where women go and men plunder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Buying bread from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4" and full of muscle. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I come from a land down under, where leaders flow and men chunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
Yeah, g'day, mate. Happy Australia Day, right? We got a lot of members of the community that live there, from there, so paying homage to them, honoring the people from down under, mate. All right, so, but hey, also, you know, Trados, welcome to stream. Happy Monday. What a crazy Monday. I mean, in certain, not really crypto. Crypto is nothing, dude. There's nothing really even talk about crypto. Bitcoin ran up though. Hey, right, broke the RSI trend line. What was the you thought? Hey, breaking that, you could see a back test to 34.5, 35K. You did it. What was once resistance, what was once support became resistance again. All right, so you got to break that. If you want to see a crazy continuation upside, you're going to have to break 34.5, 35K. Now you're just falling back below that 200 moving average. All kinds of stuff could happen, man. You look, if you're in the dead middle, right, of a range between 30K, 35K, the psychologicals, you're in the dead middle of like a falling wedge. There's nothing implying like anything kind of right now, right? So that's that RSI little breakout of the trend. That's just like nothing. There's not enough data for a swing trader to have an edge, for like you to have an increased probability over 50%. So it's just so dead middle right now, and there were so many different assets that were showing and are showing an edge, where we have a greater than 50% probability of it going one way or another. Hold on, man! Oh my God! We got South Africa Jesus man in the house. Let's go, dude. Horn Dog. All right.
Horn Dog tipped $100. Love that opening song by Darude Sandstorm.
Yeah, that was one of their. That was the Australian remix of Darude Sandstorm Connect. Thank you, dude. Wow. Hype in the friggin' chat for Horn Dog, y'all. All right. We gotta do it. Thank you, Gray Fox. Thank you, Anoi.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, dude. Super chat. So, I mean, like, you know, I can't really do much. Now, there's probably going to be channels that you can watch that'll, like, be hyping stuff. They'll be freaking out. Oh, my God, about Bitcoin. It's going here. It's going to 20K tomorrow. People actually, someone in the chat said that. Like, what? 20K by tomorrow? What? And then other people will be like, 40K by tomorrow. It's just like, it's all bullcrap, dude. Like, there's no edge. All right, if you respect the TA, there's nothing to respect right now. So you gotta wait. You gotta wait, man. More development. Guess what, dude? There were plenty of times where Bitcoin showed an edge on the way up. So many. It's still there, etched in time, etched on the histogram, etched on the RSI. You can see it so many times, man. All right, but now it's just waiting game, kind of. Now, maybe some altcoins showing edges. So a lot of the altcoins were.
Measured move of the rising wedge inside the falling wedge on BTC.
Is it really a rising wedge, man? I mean, it's very small pattern. I just don't like care about patterns so small. I mean, like, yeah, they can play. He's talking about this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches now. Okay, say it made a measured move. It's gonna take you to the bottom of the big falling wedge, right? Take you down there, no big deal. That's where we could show bullish divergence on the histogram or the MACD and the RSI. What's up, UGG? Yeah, we'll look at it. So, yeah, I mean, you sold off, you got up sloping consolidation. I could see it. I mean, if it breaks out, 30K is going to be tested again. You don't hold that. Well, I mean, you got like December 27th high, that scam wick low, January 4th, where it could go in and you still would be inside this major consolidation structure. But this isn't a, you know, okay, let it continue in a short-term downtrend and a long-term uptrend. Okay, sure. Let it break down, whatever. Give me an edge. Give me something. I don't have anything right now. So it's maybe that, okay? Short-term downtrend, long-term uptrend. Ethereum gave up all the gains, right? I mean, it was like, hey, all-time highs. Yeah, sure. Who cares? See ya. Gonna dump again on Bitcoin. It dumped harder than Bitcoin. So look, I mean, that all-time highs, or you almost like on Binance, no all-time highs the first time, January 19th. Why is this so loud? What the? All right, no all-time highs, January 19th. On Coinbase, yes. Binance, no. But for the first time ever, you achieved all-time highs. I mean, you know, first time ever. First time since all-time highs back in 2018 or whatever, January 25th. You never had candle close high above it. Traders never settled up higher than the highest level ever on Ethereum. So it's like, okay, so let's sell off there. Let's get rejected. There was, I guess in the end, bearish golden candle, maybe a little bit of RSI bearish divergence developed, you know, for the selling, but really kind of tough. You know, It's always easiest. Identifying divergence on the RSI is always the easiest when both peaks are overbought. That way, it's like let there be no doubt that yeah, the divergence is probably gonna play out really well. You know, when you're like at 65 in bullish territory on the RSI, a little bit tougher, right? So that's optimum conditions for bearish divergence are when both peaks are overbought. Okay, because the MACD was showing technically bullish convergence. You could almost argue Class C bearish divergence, like you double top on the histogram with a higher high or the same high price. That's just Class B. What's that? No, that's good. It's like when it double tops on price and double tops on the histogram, it's nothing technically. It needed to be a higher high on one or the other. Stagnation, I guess. So, but anyway, the RSI maybe would have set you free. Okay, so you're back below that I think very important area of 1344. I mean, you got to get back above that, man. If you don't hold that, I mean, you know, okay, there's got to be maybe a little chop at 1254, but you can find yourself all the way back down to the demand line, that upslipping support here, you know, around 1140. Which again, do you care? I mean, that anything for $1,000, I'm super grateful for Ethereum over $1,000. I still can't even believe it when I wake up. I'm like, $1,000 Ethereum. Can you believe this, dude? Like, no one feeling, no, I can't believe this. So, yeah, it looks like you're kind of double topping on the 4 hour. Bitcoin wants to sell off more. Forget about it. Ethereum's going to definitely go down to test that demand line again. All right. Hope you're enjoying Joey, our Joey above, the Australian TA kangaroo. All right. That's him. He keeps looking to the sun. He keeps looking back at you, making sure you're respecting the TA. Okay. If not, my God, if you didn't know, kangaroos have like claws, and they know how to use them. All right. So respect the TA for the sake of yourself.
I'm a rook, but this setup looks good. S2.
What's up, Randolph? We can look at SII. Yes. Okay. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Sorry. I mean, let's just. It's okay. I mean, it's not like 146 was it, man. Yeah, that's the most important area you could imagine on Litecoin, and you couldn't break it. Not yet.
Might be worth a gander. Smiley face.
DraftKings, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, if everyone, hey, Super Bowl's coming, and DraftKings, like, oh, great idea. That means like everyone's thought. It's not really a great idea if everyone's thinking about it, right? So it's kind of like, hey, everyone knows something's happening, coming up, like leading up to the event. It could be bad too, right? It could be a negative thing. That happens. Like you get rallies leading up to events, and then on the date of the event is what catalyzes and triggers the reversal in that rally. It's crazy. So could be getting the same thing normalize on DraftKings. We'll see. So Litecoin, man, there was certainly no edge when this asset hit the pattern completion zone of the bullish textbook perfect bullish cipher pattern. All right. So we always feel more confident on these patterns when they give us an edge, when there is a form of exhaustion at the pattern completion zone. It's almost impossible. I mean, sometimes it just depends. Like if the pattern's really well developed on the daily, it's huge. It's taken months maybe to develop. Yeah, at the PCZ the first time you might be able to get an edge. But with a small pattern like this that only extends about 10, 11 days, you might not get an edge when it sells off like that. You didn't. Look at the oscillators. But so what could happen is, all right, you can't break 146 resistance, Bitcoin dumps, sells off. Litecoin will probably, if it breaks 137.69, it will probably see 121 again. So what we're always looking for, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. We're not supposed to know, but we look for it, and those are the variables we covet and we don't want to compromise on. You know, when you sell off, we lose, you go down another $20, right? You get a negative histogram island like that on that second low. And that's what we want. That's what that's the identification of sellers being exhausted. We don't have that yet. So, you get what I'm saying? That's what we want. So we don't want, like all these altcoins that were showing harmonics, they weren't showing, and none of them were showing an edge. None of them were showing seller exhaustion because the move down had just happened pretty violently on Bitcoin. So you gotta wait. We still have to wait if you want like the absolute primo setup, you know, in crypto. We had those. There were plenty of them. So it's just like that everywhere. Look, Engine's up 15%. That one's just been killing it ever since the news-driven catalyst. ICX is up 7%. Theta's up 6%, right? Cardano's down nearly 3%, right? Can't get it together, right? Still making higher lows, higher highs, but kind of struggling there. Struggling at like 36.183 cents is like a monthly high. 36 and 38 cents. So you're trying, look, like Litecoin couldn't break 146. Cardano has its own 146 and it's 36.813 cents, 38 cents, right? So you just got, Ethereum's got its own resistance. Like all these altcoins are doing kind of what Bitcoin's doing on their own against their respective resistance points, right? They just can't break. They're one of the last couple resistances to get higher. So just looking at that because high market cap coin now, Polkadot. Yep, couldn't do it, man. Couldn't break again. Wow, for the second time, trying to break this range here, you couldn't do it. And now you're dumping. You're down 4%, and you see the bottom of the range is like 1482. So there could be a decent way down. You could see. Look left. There's not much support. We know there's nothing way left, but looking left here, it's kind of like 1481 and 1826. So high risk up here. It tried once. It tried twice. It might be now trying to confirm that the top was in, and you couldn't break the range. All right, so there could be much further downside. Especially Bitcoin says, I'm screwed. I'm going to dump to 30K again.
Streams. Anyway, you could check out that. Thanks.
Sure, man. Sure. We can add to the list. Sure. So looking at the top coins, I guess we'll just look at XRP for like 2 seconds. Is anyone surprised it's done nothing? Yeah, I mean, this is bad. This is kind of bearish looking to me because it's like, yeah, you had your rally here, but then you had a high, you sold off, you rallied, double topped, right? You dumped. Then what are you doing? You rallied, and you made a lower high than that double top. And then you sold off, and then you rallied again, and then you like double topped again, confirming a lower highs than the previous highs, and then you've dumped again. And now you're just sitting at this critical support at 25 cents. And here you're not making higher highs. I don't know, locally you're up against that 200 moving average. It's just there's no demand. Like there's no demand on this asset at least since it dumped January 10th. So could be getting ready if this doesn't hold 25 cents. I mean, you could be going down to 22 to 20 cents again. You ready for that? If Bitcoin dumps, this thing's gonna kill it in terms of getting wrecked.
Thanks for all you do. Happy Australia Day.
What's up, Alan? Scroll. Good day, mate. Thank you so much. You're going to the bad night, mate. That is my deal. You're going to Australia. Alright. I'm speaking slang. Only bogans will understand what I say. So again, not a good looking chart on XRP. Just so 32,320 Bitcoin. There's your, I mean, right, that's kind of your update. That's like, hey, nothing really happened in crypto besides it went up, it looked good, and then it went down, and it doesn't look good. Right, that's it. Big emotional roller coaster today. Engine though, wow, look at that, dude. Look at Engine breaking to all-time highs. Well, maybe not all-time highs. It broke 1 point, like I think where traders set it up on the daily, maybe. Going back, I think, let's see. Yeah, that's it. It's so weird on some of these S coins. Like some of the wicks don't show up. Yep. So you broke where on the daily. If all right, in 24 minutes, if Engine Coin closes above this yellow line at 44.9 cents, 45 cents, Engine will be settling up. Traders will be settling up the highest point ever. Okay, on Engine. And so you think just the next target at that point for Engine would be 53.6 cents. It's the wick high, right? The ultimate all-time high. So, wow, what a performer. Look what news-driven catalysts can do. Look what adoption of a tokenization or whatever can do. where this was just such a huge loser. It wasn't able to do anything for so long, and then just one thing happened, and it's just been going insane ever since. So you do want mass adoption to happen, because more S coins that get adopted will do this, right? So that's great for everyone. Good stuff. History in the making on Engine. All right, hide in the chat for that at least. ICX 93.7 cents. I mean, this is like on the daily. Look, traders set it up their highest point September 2018 right there. That's what you tested, right? You tested that and you pulled back. It's very real. Dude, just on the daily where traders settle up, it's always, I mean, so many people use Wix, right? But like, you can use both, but just understand how much more important it is where traders actually close their position, like when the date or whatever the settle up is, than the wicks. Okay, that, I think that's most important. But other people would argue and disagree, because once you tested that, you never tested the wick highs, did you? Nope. Before reversing and almost going back down to where the next support would be. Look, you extend this out where traders set it up right there, August 2018. So you just kind of up, down, look, straight down, straight up, straight down. That's ICX's price action history between 74 cents and 93 cents. So, okay, wow, I'm so surprised here. Anyway, still great though. Still great for the asset. I mean, this is XA. This is like deep crab stuff. Are we about to be? We'll be the PCZ soon if we're not there already. That's a deep crab. That's got to be not a deep crab, just a regular crab. The PCZ is actually much higher. Wow. If this is gonna actually, if this is actually a real harmonic in development, a bearish harmonic in development, then your target is actually right there at $1.14, $1.13. All right, so going well so far on this one. X marks the spot. Okay, cool. That's about it on crypto, right? I mean, I don't know. Ocean Coin killing it, man. Look at this, the bullish shark, dude. It went up and it's getting really close to all-time highs. I mean, you are so close to the highest level where traders set it up ever on this coin, 63.43 cents. You're just, hey man, if it wasn't for Bitcoin, you know what Phil Hellmuth says in poker? If luck didn't have anything to do with it, I'd win every time. Well, guess what? If Bitcoin didn't have anything to do with Ocean, it'd probably win every time. Let's go.
Can you give me your opinion, please? Thanks.
Sure, Green Third Eye. Thank you, dude, for the 10. We'll look at it. Yeah. All right. That's it. No, that's like the only notable one on the newer S-Coin list. Yeah, we'll put it there, Todd. Thank you, man. Let me time to get to these requests before they get too backed up, man. Nokia, the return of the boomer. Gray Fox asked, what was once boomer has now become millennial zoomer, because it's the technology. It's same with Ford, right? And GM. They're no longer boomers. They've transformed, and that's exactly what businesses have to do. They have to adapt. They have to adopt new technologies if they're going to pivot at PCZs of ancient harmonic structures, right, that are like decades large. But yeah, you got to adapt in business or you will die. Well, unless the money printer just goes burr in your party city or GameStop. Let's look at GameStop. We have to before. I mean, it's like obligatory. I can't. It's unreal. It hit a high, an all-time high today of $159.18. You know what that means, right? And it reversed there. That means there were people up there at that price that actually bought this asset. So as you had a normal Monday today, everything was good. Some people very well could have lost their homes, their lives, their wives, their husbands, whatever. That's what happens when you buy into unstable, insanely pumped coins from just Reddit or Wall Street Bets, man. People did that. People bought at 140. People bought at 130. They bought up there, man. Supply liquidity for the people that got in when the spring was back tested, I guess, down here with Wyckoff. you know, supply the liquidity for them to dump on these scrubs' heads up here, okay? Remember GameStop, dude. It was so educational. All patrons were pinged July 20th that there was a 2003 back test of spring, extremely significant. And you had all the divergence in the world. It was gorgeous, man. There was so much TA to respect on GME, but not anymore. They've look what they've done to my boy. Look how they've murdered my boy. All right, nothing to look at now. So we have to look at Nokia. We have to. What? I don't know, and how what I can even do. You know, hold on. I think it's all my works on the other screen. I think it's saved. Wow, did none of my work save? Oh, there it is. It's just loading. Okay. So, well, I mean, obligatory.
See what happens, Larry?
No, and we have to do multiple of those too.
BBBY is another one. Can we just look at the carnage?
See what happens, Larry?
Yo, Mitch, mind taking a look at possible 3 rising values with hidden bullish divergence on the daily, maybe 4 hours too.
What's up, MB?
Volume sucks, but company submitted for NASDAQ uplisting last month and some decent fundamentals. Thanks, man.
Oh, I didn't listen, MB board. Thanks so much. 420 did.
Is that a joint?
Oh, you did. Yep, VXRT, another trade, looking stuff. Yep, set up. It's gorgeous, dude. I mean, like stocks today, where was that? I mean, I just don't know how you could legitimately watch this stream, be a patron, understand how insanely, stupidly bullish this asset was, and just ignore it. I mean, dude, the pattern that is larger than Jupiter, the XABCD, the back test of spring, or almost back test of spring, you were almost there. You had a weekly inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? Visible on the weekly, and then the right shoulder of the inverse head and shoulders was an inverse head and shoulders. Dude, that's like unbelievably good. And so what have you done? Whoops. You went up to test what? Wow. Really? An ice line? You went up to test like a high from 2013, a low from 2011. I'm sure if you look left, there's more. And that's a congestion area, man. And guess what you're doing after hours? After hours, Nokia is currently sitting at $5.34. So, my God. I was just like, real quick, let me just do this, man. Hey, Luke, at my reef, thanks so much for the $20, Mike. Thanks, Dave. Look, man, I mean, it's already almost there. It's done. It's over after hours. Since it broke out of this pattern, it's done. And after hour trading, dude, and we're talking from the breakout, the gap up this morning, to now, it's done. Jesus, Chimes. I mean, like, what else do you even want, man? Like, what? So that's short term, though. That's peanuts, man. The destiny of Nokia is far greater than what has happened and what's happening right now. This could usher in highs to see eventually 659 and then eventually I think 866. Depends if you you want to wait on the time frame. Dude, there was weekly hidden bullish divergence, dude. Weekly! My God, I mean, it was there. It was like the best looking thing that existed that I had seen. Like, for real. So look, I mean, that ice line's so important that if you get and hold above, like you maybe backtest tomorrow, if you can hold above $5 long enough, I mean, price action history is, straight up, straight down, but 662, 659 would be the target, like eventually. Okay, this C, that's perfect. And after that would be A, 866. But really, where this pattern has been developed, I think 1585 if you're patient. I mean, we're talking it could take months, maybe even a year, but eventually, where this pattern is at and the deep retrace, oh yeah, dude, $16 if one's patient, and maybe higher after that. My God, 5G is controlling the narrative here. Beautiful. Ungodly.
Happy Stray Day, fam.
Hey,
Can you take a look at GW and the ASX weekly, please? Do we have a possible bearish garden almost at the PCZ? Harmonic training wheels connect.
Julie, yeah, we can add it to the list and look at it. Happy Australian Day, mate. Good to see you. What happened? Okay. Alright, so we looked at those. Oh, yeah. What was it? VXRT. I mean, right? It's up 40.76% today. 40. What do you want? Like, what else could you ask for? You know, I mean, like, yeah, it's not at the target of 1245, 1268 yet, but I just.
You see what happens, Larry?
Okay. There's VXRT. Congratulations. All right. What was the first request? It was CGLD. CGLD. Huh? It's a crypto, I guess. I have it charted. I forgot, yeah. Oh, it's an uptrend. It's uptrending. I mean, you know. Whatever. Great. Making. Oh, is that cut with handle, man? Could be weird scuff cut with handle, man. I don't know. Like, if you're just looking left, where traders set it up, their highest point, September 20th, 360. You couldn't break it here. You couldn't break it here. You couldn't even test it again here. So, if you ever broke that, you think you go to 420, you break 420, you go to 481, you break that, 576. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like on the 4 hour, you have the cup with handle, and then you have the hidden bullish divergence that I think is played out now. It's going to be impossible for this asset to break out if Bitcoin dumps. But if Bitcoin holds and stays sideways, then CGLD might have a chance to rally. I mean, I would just think like a measured move, kind of tough, because it's like, how can you arrogantly be like, oh, this measured move is going to hit when there's all these resistances, but you could reverse 41. So I just think, where do you even anchor? You just do anchor 1 and 2 here, and it's down sloping. It's kind of scuffed, man. It's kind of really scuffed. So I would just not stick. I would not do a measure move. I would just stick with support resistance. 360 goes to 420, 420 to 480, 480 to 576, 576 to 626 to 697. Those are your major Fibonacci's. So it's in an uptrend. One low, a second low, a third low. Could be cut with handle behavior, kind of scuff, but hidden bullish divergence played out, but you're not catching many bids because the macro is struggling pretty hard right now. So, okay, not really sticking out as the best, man, right? You know, continuation, cut with handles, yeah, they're fine. I really want to see those reversals, the springs, the back tested springs, like GameStop and the inverse head and shoulders and stuff like that on the right shoulder with hidden bullish divergence, or the 3 rising valleys and stuff like that. All right. KO. Yeah. Not really looking great, man. I don't know. I mean, it's. This one I haven't updated in a while. Oh yeah, when we looked at it before, the same analysis was just I would feel more comfortable it seeing 36.68 cents. That's a critical. That's a support from February 2019. It almost looks like it's bear flagging, kind of, and I already broke the bear flag, you know. One high, a second high, a weekly kind of gross. Do I see anything that sticks out to me right now at this current time? Not really. Nope. It had a really nice run, man, and now you're correcting. You've been in a downtrend since August. So, until it starts making some higher highs, higher lows, shows some, I don't know, it shows more, man. Look, there's your downtrend. You're just correcting. So, don't like how you rallied up and then you just tested this area from April May of 2020 and then dumped again. So nah, nothing really. 36.68. Let's see what happens down there. I'd feel more comfortable. It's just nothing that really is like, whoa, man. It's Nokia. Oh my God, it's VXRT. Oh my God, it's Luna. You know, it's just not looking like you're below the 200-day moving average. Even tested as resistance, right? I mean, oh God, my NOAA weather alert's going off. We're gonna get some severe weather, man. Oh God, what are we looking at on Sprott here? Sprott Incorporated? I don't know. I don't think the audience wants to see this, dude. Sprott. It looks different. Oh, it looks way different than the 4-hour. What? All right. So you're at some sort of ice line, support resistance, major potential reversal area. That's kind of certain here, right? You had a real nice run though, and you're at it. Yep. Kind of showing divergence. This is all right. I mean, you just know for a fact, like it's either gonna have a real good time or it's about to get wrecked, right? Like daily, yeah, daily's definitely showing bullish divergence, right? We just keep, but the problem is that you could be showing divergence. There could be major absorption going on at this ice line, right? Where sellers are absorbing the remaining demand before this thing falls through. And running stops can happen if you fall below ice lines like this, because look at the price action history once you fall below $29. Straight down, straight down, straight down, right? Straight down like every time to like at least, you know, $21, $22, right? That's normally what happens this price, so, or the stock. So you just got to be careful here. Yeah, you are showing divergence, but you also kind of have that descending triangle behavior going on with distribution, kind of like this, the base of buying. So just be careful on this one. But yeah, I mean, you could understand like why someone would be like, hey man, yeah, this looks like it's about to pop the upside. It's kind of tough with it not making higher highs, you know. So it's kind of decent area to manage risk, kind of easy to manage risk. But you'd think right here, this high, you feel better if it got above $30. So we'll just plot it out so you can see that is divergence technically on the daily. Is there any help on the weekly, like hidden bullish divergence or something? Yeah, wow. Okay, feel a little bit better now. A little bit better. That on the daily showing classic bullish divergence, on the weekly showing hidden bullish divergence really well, where it's about to be going neutral positive again. So that makes it kind of safer for one to be able to maybe roll the dice there, right? Where of course it's so simple. It's so simple to assess risk, right? Where you just don't want anything to do with this asset probably below that previous low from October of last year, and then your target would be like that, like 34.47, right? That peak. Pretty easy way to size it up if one wanted to. It's equitable to make the stop looser, lower than the previous wicks. So that's pretty good, man. It's pretty interesting. All right. Above that, gap fill at 37.66 be a second target. Right. So there's a way one can play this. Yeah. Definitely a way one can play this. All right. Sellers looking a little exhausted on significant time scales. MACD's kind of showing it too on the daily. So there you go, man. That's how you size it up. It's possible, dude. SII. All right. Good luck. Four minutes till your daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, that bell, that sub. Gotta say it, man. You know, what are you gonna do, man? DraftKings. It held, man. It's making higher lows. That's good. It's not making higher highs yet, but I do like how what was once resistance in June of last year became support, engulfing candle off of it, right? Just not making higher highs yet. But really nice uptrend here. You know, there's probably like a demand line here. Right there. Demand line. So you would think that DraftKings on the 4-hour range bound between $44 and $56, right? So it's range bound. It hit the top of the range and then it's selling off now. So is there anything implying that more upside's coming right now? Not really. Kind of showed on the daily a high, the same high with higher. That's hidden bearish divergence. All right, impending price action continuation the upside, downside. Excuse me. You're getting that, right? You're getting that some. Yeah, I mean, but if it's really strong, if the trend's going to continue, then it'll pivot, make a higher low than this low from January 5th, and eventually break 55.81. That would take you straight up to 64 bucks, and then if you did, and then you could be like X, A, B, C, D stuff, where you know fib extensions would probably be the targets. So yeah, I think this asset is safe. All right, Donkey Kong or DraftKings is safe until it falls below $43, $44. All right, in the demand line. So you got a decent amount of support. You got the trend on your side. DraftKings is not screwed at all. Not yet. Looking fine. Could just continue the upside. All right. We'll see how much this hidden bearish divergence plays out locally. All right. So not the best area to be assessing risk, because that's easy to assess risk when it's down closer to $43, $44, right, for your stop loss strategizing, because like it has so much more downside potential and it'd still be safe. It'd still be bullish even if it lost, you know, $6, $7 in value. So it's just not a good area to be assessing your risk for a strategic stop loss, right? Okay, next one. All right, we got to do local on the 8s real quick. Less than 2 minutes, chat. Guh. Bitcoin looked good on the daily, and then it looked meh. Super meh. But I like how it tested 34.5 as resistance. That's very normal. All right, or looking at the daily on Bitcoin first time. Look at that, man. Like, what extreme amounts of indecision. A lot of sellers came in. Hey, we didn't talk about MicroStrategy acquired $150 million worth of Bitcoin today. More Bitcoin. But they announced it. I think they had bought when it was at 31,500 kind of cost basis on that one. So they had bought the past sometime last week, in the past 7 days. So here we go, showing lots of strength going into close, at least on the 4-hour gross. Closing, you're going to close below that 200 moving average, but you're not making a lower low yet than the previous little local low that would be like 31,337. So you just want to keep up the sideways price action on Bitcoin. You know, you just keep doing that, keep losing that negative momentum. You just want to get closer and closer to neutral, positive, and then the argument for hidden bullish divergence can be talked about. It's still just kind of maybe too early to get our hopes up about possibly that hidden bullish divergence. It's starting to develop though. All right, new day has been born. What's up, MJ? Thanks for the 99-cent super chat. All right, not a good 4-hour close.
It's China to me, China.
Meow Mitch, can you look at Cent? Is it an inverse HNS on the weekly? 0.00292424 ETH.
Just meow if you have to ask. It might not be, right? Like inverse head and shoulders that are valid, the potential validity or whatever, because they're not valid until they break the necklines. But if you're looking at a potential inverse head and shoulders and you say, hey man, I've studied this, I've looked in textbooks, I've looked online, if it looks like it would be in a textbook, those are the best ones. Nokia, what it looked like, it probably now will be in textbooks. Okay, Nokia's inverse head and shoulder within an inverse head and shoulder. So that's what you always want to see. Specimens, man, specimens. So not a good start to the new day. It looks like you're just right at, or if anything, you're about to break this little demand line. You're starting to break the little demand line a wedge that people are talking about. They could take it down to 30K, whatever. Yeah, I mean, maybe not. Again, there's just nothing I can tell you about Bitcoin right now that is an edge. This is like a no trade zone. In between 30 and 35K is no trade zone. You had a bullish hammer near 30K. Wow, well, where did it take you to 35K, 34.5? Okay, well, nothing now. What's up, Mr. Singh? Thanks for the $15 super chat. Cheers, dude. Or might, because it's Australia Day. Shout out to the Australians again. Yeah, let me pin the Discord link. There it is. Join the Discord. Going on 11,000. We're about to be 11,000 members. Okay. There were like 40 members from 11K.
Nokia,
Why not?
I took a one share very small position. Gangster returns. Thanks for pointing it out, Mr. Ray.
What's up, Eric, man? Thanks for the $5 super chat. Thanks for paying attention, man. Like, I don't know. I tried to be really vocal about that one because of how unbelievable it looked. It just looked unreal. So, people are going to say Bitcoin's going down, Bitcoin's going up. Flip the coin. Someone's going to be right. But they're not going to be right because they had actual reasoning based on technical analysis, right? Which is like, hey, that's how you gain notoriety in this community. You present an argument, you present your case with technical indicators, technical analysis, all right? And right now, Bitcoin, besides trying to break this downtrend, which has already fallen back in, false breakout, I guess, of the RSI trend, which isn't really that strong anyway, you had nothing. You got nothing going on. Except maybe hidden bearish divergence, which is not, okay, so there was a little edge in the end. Impending price action, continuation of the downside. We got that before, didn't we? We had that right here. Right here, January 14th. We had a high on price, the lower high. Much higher levels of positive momentum. Same thing. It's like little brother. A high on price, a much lower high on price, and where you were making the lower high was an ice line or a critical resistance. So when buyers look exhausted at critical ice lines, okay, using critical thinking there, it's like you line those two up. It makes sense now, right? To think that, it would reverse there. Okay, when you're showing, classic bearish divergence at a 1/6/1/8 extension, right? Those are, yeah, that's where it definitely could reverse. Probability is higher than coin flip, but it would. Hello? Y'all here? Bitcoin's not at $1 trillion, so no one cares? No, what's up? 1,678 people tuned in. Good to see y'all. So we're just waiting for, I guess, this hidden bearish divergence to completely play out. If you see 30K again, we might have a chance of actually showing an edge, but there's not always going to be an edge when Bitcoin goes up or down. All right, so Ethereum, not really doing it. It's actually up 0.5%. Let's go, dude. So just make a higher low eventually than 1106, and it's going to have a good time, right? Ethereum, like, you understand, it's like a low, or really goes back lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs. So you just make a higher low again wherever it is, and it could just eventually. So what could be happening here, as we were talking about on the other asset, absorption could certainly be happening. I mean, you see this 1440, this yellow line there, that is your all-time high from 2018. I don't need to show you. I've already showed it like 1,000 times. We zoom out and look. Okay, I'm not going to waste your time. Right? So if you test it and you fail, like, buyers see there's too many sell orders, and they realize, they understand there's not even going to be near enough buyers to get to break that sell wall. Okay, big sell off. All right, but then you're in an uptrend, so people, institutions, Raw Paul takes longs. After these sell-offs, it rallies again. It tests it again. So in the end, I mean, there's more tests this time, but still, there was too much supply there still. Not enough demand. So what happens when you finally relent, the buyers relent, and it sells off? But what happens next is, hey, if you just keep doing that, more buyers come in, right? Higher lows equals accumulation, meaning more market participants own this asset than the time before. Then that's great. Then it would eventually catch those bids and run back up to test that level again. And eventually, third time, rule of three, eventually the absorption becomes complete, right? Where the buyers absorb the remaining supply at that critical most historical critical resistance, right? And what happens at that point? What happens when supply gets completely absorbed by the demand? That type of stuff. Like Bitcoin did when it finally broke 20K. It took time. It took a couple tests. I remember it. It did very similar things to what Ethereum's doing now at its own all-time high. We can go back to Bitcoin and look at that. All right. Just go back to 20K on Bitcoin. 20K on Bitcoin. Wow, dude, look at this. It's almost identical in ways. Not yet, but look, you had a high that never quite got to all-time highs. You sold off. You rallied. What'd you do? As soon as you hit all-time highs, like on that wick, you dumped. You rallied. You couldn't. There still was just not enough demand yet. Sold off, rallied, lower high. You dumped again. And then that's when the swing trader, we freaked out. I freaked out. I was like, it didn't look good when it hit 17,730 on December 9th. But when it rallied, sold off again, tested that 200 moving average, showed seller exhaustion, and then bullishly engulfed. That bullish engulfing was the signal at the ice line from history. One of the highest levels where traders settled up ever on the daily. That's what it was. You broke the supply line, the dragon, and look what happened, man. So just remember, Bitcoin didn't just hit 20K all-time highs and run straight up to 30, 40K. Nope. It took time. It took, actually, from when we started getting close to that time, it took 21 days. It took 3 weeks for Bitcoin to absorb the remaining supply at all-time highs. So Ethereum, going back to it one more time. So this time, Ethereum started, right there. Where are we? Oh, we're 15 days in. So maybe another week could happen if it's going to follow Bitcoin's lead, in terms of what it's doing at its all-time high level. So just perspective, looking at the largest asset on this market to the second largest, they're doing somewhat similar things, okay, at their own old respective areas and new ones or normal ones, whatever. Okay, current ones. Okay. What's up? 1,767 people. Thanks to the 500 likes. We just got it. Thank y'all.
Bruh.
We can get 1,000. Easy if y'all want. It's y'all's call. And not many. If we're talking about big market cap coins that have been around a while, not many. I guess 88 is starting to get there. But Smitty, man, I'm a god. Let's go, dude. Thank you, dude.
Hey Mitch, I FOMO into plug. Could you put on list when time allows, please? Thank you.
Yo, put plug on. Plug's kind of like, wasn't it straight up type thing?
Great
Kind of
work,
like
Mitch.
1337 on Ethereum. Let's go, dude.
It pumped today. Will you add to position now when earnings release is near?
Are you Ian? No, I'm Pablo. Pfizer. We can look Pfizer. Moderna had a crazy day today. I think all biotech did well. Blue kind of lagged. It was up like 1-2% or something. Whatever. That one's like you hold that one. Will be holding that for months, probably months. Add to position on Pfizer now when earnings release is near. You remember the cardinal rule. I can't ever tell someone what to do, but the cardinal rule with earnings is to not trade earnings. Like wait, and all you can do is while one's waiting, even if there's a good setup, the good setups can get devastated. I've seen some of the most beautiful setups ever, right? And then earnings just obliterates the pattern. It's like that is TA's kryptonite, is bad earnings. Okay, but sometimes when you flip the coin, it can make the pattern play out. Isn't that crazy? Eximo did it, oh my god! Dang, dude. Smitty, you just got one up by $3.42, dude. Wow.
Mitch saved my sweet precious Monero with a magic harmonic on monthly Poloniex chart. Sitting on down sloping channel supports in 2015,
Harmonic on monthly?
2016 highs. Extreme areas of value. 0.04000000 ETH.
Thanks for the Ethereum. XMR Citadel Kings, dude. Love it, man. Love adding to those Ethereum bags. Dude, okay. If everything stays the same, we're just talking about Ethereum because you tipped it for a second. Ethereum should remember this. Okay. I just need people to remember. Don't sleep on it. This is such a big deal. Ethereum to Bitcoin is on the cusp of a huge breakout. I mean, an insane way. Insane breakout.
Look at Coca-Cola when you have time.
Yeah, Ross. Thanks for the 1334. Thank you, dude. So if the momentous breakout actually happens, then the markup goes to 53,000. If that happens, then either if Bitcoin crashes, that means if this plays out, Ethereum just doesn't crash as bad, or Bitcoin just holds steady, keeps rallying, goes back and forth, 34.5, 35, hey, goes up again. Maybe it breaks it. Maybe it actually performs well. That falling wedge on the daily, maybe that actually starts playing out, where it breaks out. And if this holds, then it would go up here. That means that Ethereum would be sitting at like $1,500 to $1,800. I mean, easy. And that's kind of maybe even like conservative. So just please be aware, Ethereum to BTC is breaking out of a structure, really a structure consolidation that's like 852 days large. That is just, you can't ignore that. You can't ignore it, dude. 100% measured move of the structure, 63,000 Satoshis. Forget about it. Ethereum's probably $2,000 if this plays out. If TA is respected and actually hits 100% measured move, or I mean, yeah, $2,000 maybe, and then up here, you're thinking $1,800, $1,700. All right, Ethereum. So you've been. I'm just here to inform you, right? This is like the TA weather, right? Conditions. Hey, there's severe bullish thunderstorm developing on Ethereum to Bitcoin or something, right? I mean, okay, they're informed. You got value. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Let's see. What was the next request, man? Whoa. Chase rolled out. Thanks, man. So VeChain was next.
VeChain doing things.
Yeah, this one's all done, man. Guess I'm just gonna spring cleaning. This is what happens, Larry, when you break supply line and you go and back test an old range that was once resistance a million times. It then became support once. This is what can happen, Larry, at those levels. Springs back test of spring stuff and then gone. All right. Don't forget it. VeChain respect the TA like so many others. So we're just cleaning up a little bit. It's hanging on. Hanging on.
Giving you my profit smidge. Love you, man. Okay, song.
Luke M, thanks for the $10 super chat. It's all good, man. Hey, that's your profits are your profits, man. I'm just happy to look, dude. It's a very nice having purpose in life that's helping people. I'm telling you, man. Try to find a career or a life where you, and yeah, most jobs do that, but I don't know. Just find your passion and what makes you happiest and how you help people, I guess, right? What's up, Lil Nate? Thanks for the 1071 of Ethereum. MTA, M-stable. So not really sure. I mean, still making higher lows. Still making higher lows. It's now just in that kind of precarious situation where it's not making higher highs yet. So you're below that high from January 6th, right? You gotta get back above that, man. You really do. I'm just gonna plot that right here. It's because that was an old all-time high, January 6th. So maybe absorption's going on, right? I think you hold above this 2.6 cent area long enough, everything will be fine. But I don't like when an asset makes a high, then it sells off, then it rallies, and it's unable to make a higher high. Because that could be more downside. But the downside may be minimal, right? So it's higher lows, everything's good. Through Rising Valley stuff going on. And it's near price discovery. This one's kind of like Ethereum in a way, where it is. Like, look, left. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let me show you. Or not price discovery maybe, but well, Price discovery. I mean, like, that's anything above 2.8 cents, man. That high from July 2018. And all, I mean, like, yeah, like, you're just at a point where eventually this asset can hold on to these levels. It could have a crazy markup in price, a really big one. So it just keeps making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, that's very real. It's very real that you have definitely Class A bearish divergence. A high, a very discernible other high with much lower levels, positive momentum, and that implies downside, right? And I don't think it's really played out yet, right? I don't think it's, I mean, 2 negative histogram wicks isn't enough to say that, oh, it's played out and it's going to pump now, right? So anytime you see that on the daily, that's a clear sign that a swing trade taken along on the 4 hours is not a very good idea, because it's like contradicting variables. We're always looking for the coinciding variables. If, you know, the 4 hour showing an edge for bulls and the daily showing an edge for bears, that's just not the perfect trade setup. That's not a great asset to be trading, because you want the daily and the 4 hour and the weekly and the monthly all saying the same thing. When they start saying different things, different time scales saying different things, that's not good. That's not really what we want. And we have the freedom to scan and find the ones that are showing everything, where there's no doubt, like Nokia.
Thanks.
I don't know, Jade. I don't even know what that is. Or that's an S coin, certainly not, but if it's a stock, maybe. Just going through these requests, man, alright? Dang, they keep piling up. Oh my god, alright. Just buckle up. Buckle up, chat. Adam was the next request that has already hit a first target, already hit a second target. There's one more target though. This was a stimulus welfare trade setup that was posted on stream. We did education on why the entry was there, why the stop loss was where it was, and why targets where they were, or whatever, right? You hit all-time highs just recently on the previous high, and you're fine. Everything's okay. It's as long as it makes a higher low than the previous lows, which is like December 23rd's 420, right? It could sell off and come and back test 632, and it'd still be bullish. It'd still be in an uptrend. So what do you want? When it hits 2 profit taking levels, there's nothing to do here but be like, yeah, it could develop hidden bullish divergence, and maybe it's working on it if it starts pivoting, but not yet. It's just like people were requesting this thing back in Christmas and New Year's, and it's like, hey man, it looked promising. It looked like a great setup, because look what it did. They broke the critical ice line from January of 2020 and back tested it as support, and that was it. That was the signal. It's like, oh my god, this is it. After 3 valleys, you're above the 200 moving average. You stay above this long enough, the breakout, man, it's gonna see 872, 1018, and then 1184, 1188. But that's like, one just has to be like holding on to like a little bit of their position, you know, and then it runs up and hits that or exceeds it, then one takes profit and exits completely. So all right, that's Adam. It's kind of like completely played out. So green third eye, thanks dude. CRV, another one that's like, it's done. It's like played out. It's over. I mean, like, to me, it's over. I don't even know what else you could ask for. This was identified on stream long before the pump happened, or it was like right before the pump happened. Like, it was like a get off stream pump, gone. Like 40% up, you know, remember that? It's just one of those low cap S coins. Had this is exactly Nokia did it, CRV did it, Tron to BTC did it last summer, or, you know, or this past summer, whatever. Big drawdowns. Bitcoin did it 2018, 2019. This is the exact area where you want to see harmonics, always. It's the most ideal area. Activision Blizzard did it after its big correction, all right? And it often starts with this. So that was it, dude. It was like too perfect, and it's since the pattern completion zone and the back test of a spring from October 6th, the asset at its highest point appreciated in value 432% in 1 month. 432% in 1 month. Imagine investing in yourself to where you're able to identify these patterns at these strategic areas. You're able to identify at these strategic areas that sellers are exhausted. You can't tell me you can't do it. You can't tell me you don't have enough time to invest in yourself to maybe help give yourself financial independence, or at least contribute to that. You know, you're working your job, your life. You can do this on the side. You have limited time, so you can spend it watching Netflix, going to Miley Cyrus concerts, going to Riot or storm the Capitol, whatever, or you can devote your time investing yourself, because this is like golf but better, because you'll be able to do this when you're 80 years old better than you'll be able to play golf when you're 80 years old. Okay, you'll be a literal wizard by then. Wow. Okay, next one. So there's nothing to talk about besides what was and what has become. It's Bed Bath & Beyond. That descending triangle went to Kingdom Come. Wow. It's probably going to be one of those. It's a Head & Shoulders. Just kidding. All-time highs. Wait, was it Bed Bath & Beyond, or was which? I can't remember which one it was. I don't know. I guess that would have been BBY or something. I don't know. Wait, no, of course, I'm confused. Yeah, I typed in only 2 B's. That's why I was confused. I was like, wait a second, that is not how I remember this chart. Yes. Yep. Remember that time? The date was September 22nd, 2020, when Bed Bath & Beyond had broken a descending broadening wedge pattern. Remember that time you had a potential partial decline? April 2020 COVID crash. And what happened on September 18th? The partial decline that was potential became confirmed. 70% chance of a breakout. What happened? You broke out, and then you gapped up on earnings. And then you formed the descending triangle. The distribution with a base of buying was kind of like, kind of scary, but you knew you were safe. The asset was safe. Anything above $16 was okay. It never even actually tested. It did test the 200 moving average. Pretty interesting, right? But yeah, here's the supply line right there. Busted it, right? Pump dumped, faked out people. Probably breakout traders got destroyed there. And then it went again, and it's just gone. It's just freaking gone. And what did it do? 44.73. Well. Let's look left. Yes, an ice line from March of 2011. So it hits before pulling back and filled gaps. I had that there, man. Oh, that's it was stronger. It wasn't just that. Sorry, that's why I had plotted. June of 2003, November 2004, July 2005, right? 2011. Right, that's why I had that plotted there. And that's exactly what it hit, and it dumped. My God, it one point today, Bed Bath & Beyond was at $47.56. It closed today at $30.68. My God, these markets are getting nuts with all this liquidity. And so I don't know how many stocks we have to look at that respect the TA at the bottom, and then they far exceed targets and go to absolute, like, different galaxies for people to just say, hey man, I don't care about stocks. Stocks are like, that's the man, that's the institution. Screw the man. I like crypto, dude. It's like you're hurting yourself, because all this traditional technical analysis that I'm applying in crypto that actually works was researched and developed by geniuses on this market, the stock market, okay, for over 100 years. Oh, Wall Street Bets is on this too. Go figure. All right. Well, I mean, hey, GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond were showing bullish stuff long before those A-word people showed up, okay? Matthew D was in this long before they were, that's for sure. Okay, next one. Next request.
Hi Mitch.
Hey.
Can you check the cred on Baloney X, please? Could it be a bull pennant?
I don't think we want
Thanks,
anything to
man.
do with whatever this one was. What's up, Bernard, dude? Thanks for the 1088. Decred, sure. Yeah, when I keep hearing about these S coins, I'm just like, okay, I gotta add whatever that, add that to the newer S coin list. What do you want here? It's got 200,000 volume, but on the 10-day average is 120,000. So, it doesn't meet the criteria for us as swing traders to trade, or position traders or investors, because nothing's going to fill. None of your limit orders, your stop losses will fill. So, what do I? Yeah, it's double bottoming, man. Like, sure, but no thanks. Just automatic. We move on. Space bar. Monero daily on Bitfinex. What's the next one? Daily on Bitfinex. Oh wait, I already have that one. That's the one I use. He says harmonic. Well, the issue is he's asking, is this he says harmonic bullish cipher. Well, I could maybe too deep there. Could be a shark though. Yeah, a little too deep, man. That's like 618, 68%. It's close. This is a little too high. So, well, yeah, 70. I get it. I get what you're saying. There is classic, Class B, Class A, really, bullish divergence going on the daily from Monero. And that's something that we identified, I think, for patrons yesterday or something like this. It's really not so much the harmonic as it is. Look where it is to this demand line of this well-established uptrend that it's in. It's above that right now. Very good. So you could just add XABCD there too. So at this area, the 786 from November 26th to the 190 high from January 10th. You don't have to have a harmonic. It's great to see that because it's XABCD. That means like a new wave could be beginning now, especially with this seller exhaustion in this mega uptrend. Oh, I love it. You just think about it, man. Like low to high, a 78% sale on Monero. That's what it is. It's a 78% sale on Monero, and it's above a demand line. The buy orders came in, and really you didn't have any time where traders set it up lower than that demand line. So yes, Monero looks really good right now. I mean, it actually really does. Like, this is incredible. Like, you don't often get daily classic bullish divergence like this in mega uptrends like Monero's been in, okay? You just don't, because like you just never get, it's normally always hidden bullish divergence we get right on the daily. But this one actually, look, a valley, the big swing high, and then a huge dump and lower levels on a slightly lower low. That, and again, you're above 135, which is, look at that high from October 13th. I think that's there's also a peak right here from September 2017, but that's good, man. Monero actually looks really good. Yep, the daily's actually implying higher prices, and this is actually a low risk area based on the 135 and the demand line. So yeah, kind of easy-ish way to manage risk on Monero right now. Yep, I know a lot of people can't get Monero, pure privacy coin. And I fear for those because of exchanges just randomly axing them because, hey man, if we can't track, the transaction, well, then someone could use it for terrorism. That's the excuse anyway. And then it's bad, right? It's like bad for the coin. All right. Yeah, Monero, bullish stuff, okay? Bullish. Way more bullish than bearish.
So it seems completely irresponsible at all. They're basically bankrupt. But it looks like Hertz is ready for a run HTZGQ, maybe a short squeeze.
Noise!
So,
Take
dude,
a look at Kava/USD if you get a chance.
What's
Happy
up here?
Late day,
Yeah, look,
mate.
Kava.
Smiley face, heart.
Great channel. Can you check out KNC on Coinbase?
what's up, Beach Jedi? Whoa, Beach Jedi. He's retired. No more Sith. He destroyed all of them. Beach Shadow, isn't that just Luke Skywalker in the last movies because he was technically on a beach? Could be. Yeah, Coinbase. Or KNC on Coinbase. Yeah, we gotta put it on the list, man. Any request at this point, it's just, we're getting backed up, man. I'm trying to keep up. But if we keep the analysis of higher, trying to keep it higher quality, you know, and educational and just whatever. I haven't looked at this one in a while. I remember that it broke the supply line. Remember in August? Remember it went up to the 1618, exceeded it, but then eventually dumped. But it's still just making higher lows than the previous lows. Really good to see there. Remember, this was Probst's legendary harmonic he identified. Good God, dude! I'm telling you, how many harmonics you got to see play out before you say, I will let the technical analysis into my heart. Okay, like how many? Oops. So, mega range, right? Range bound asset. I do like the higher lows. I like the asset holding above this July 6th previous all-time high. But, you know, if you think about a range here between $14.50 and $31, you're in the middle. So it's kind of tough there, isn't it? Your oscillators aren't really giving you anything on the daily. But yeah, you keep making these low, higher low, third higher low. There's far more accumulation, it looks like, than there is distribution. I think that's certain. So eventually, the asset could be just setting up to go test $31 again, and if it ever broke it, very easy to target. Very, very easy to target on a breakout. You just go from that high point to the previous low. $35.23 would be the target, and then $40 would be the target after that. Simple. But yeah, higher lows. So it's like someone's long on this. The chart and the trend look very good. I mean, they look very strong. But to say there's a strategic entry point right now on Workhorse, and there's like an edge showing you why it's such a strategic entry, it's not really there. I mean, there could be just like a demand line or something here too. So it's almost like, at this point, you know, maybe one could try to argue it's a little bit of a symmetrical triangle, you know, demand line, supply line, price contraction. You're about 75-80% of the way through the development of the pattern. So the breakout's coming. You're getting closer and closer to that apex. So in the uptrend, you think it could break up and at least go test $29, $30 again. All right, Workhorse. All right, Julia, you're up next. Took like 10 years. Sorry. Do Australians even have internet anymore? You know, because governments over there are like crazy. They get really Chinese authoritative. They were influenced by the Chinese governments, I guess. They're like, hey man, this is fun having this much power. Let's do it too. Any Australians believe that? Well, I'll tell you this. How beautiful is this range? What a lifetime range-bound asset where we know exactly where low risk is and high risk is. And she's asking about a bearish Gartley. So we know, like, obviously the lowest risk is 383 to 393. She's talking about a bearish harmonic. Is it Gartley? Yeah, it's pretty friggin' close. Yep. That's a perfect textbook bearish Gartley, Juliet. You're not quite there yet, though. Almost. Right there. PCZ is like 360. So yeah, that's a bearish Gartley by far. Absolutely. I just wish that at the PCZ or near the PCZ of the Gartley, you'd show bearish divergence. You don't have it. So you just don't have it yet. Do we have a wedge or something too with it? Maybe. Now look at that, how it like broke this upsloping resistance and back tested as support. So you gotta ask the question, is this a bearish macro? Is this a bearish sector? The asset is there's no trend on this. So it's not in a bear trend, it's a no trend. So you can think about what could happen here. And yes, it could reverse here, but maybe. Think about the 886, Julia. How much more strategic it would be. It would be the top of the range. And maybe by then you could develop buyer exhaustion there. So I don't know if it's strong enough, the 786, and it very well could dump anytime, right? But it will be far more strategic to wait for an 886. And you'd get 1414 fib extension. You get confluence right there. I love the 1414 on Gartley's. Okay, that was that entry at 33.43 on the Gartley. It wasn't the 786 back in early 2019 or whatever. So more strategic entry for a short or something, 383. Okay, easy to stop there too. It's very much easier to assess risk and manage it, right? So there's something to think about. Good eye though, great eye. Okay, next one was some S coin. I think this one goes way back. I remember looking at this like years ago, and it was like, oh god. Well, I thought this thing maybe it was audio to BTC or something. I remember audio. I guess it's listed. Not much data, man. Not really much data at all. Hidden bullish divergence happened on the daily right here on Christmas Day. Hidden bullish divergence was beginning to develop. And it's just making higher lows, higher highs. So yeah, this could be setting up our... Look, if audio breaks 23.7 cents, it's going to moon. Probably. Because there's no more data. It could just go insane. So yeah, you just keep butting up against this resistance once December 17th and now again just recently. So what do you think is going on? There are more buyers that own this asset than there was before consecutively. And now you're spending time just testing a resistance, but when you test the resistance and fail, you only make higher lows after those failed attempts. So that's accumulation with a sell wall. It's almost like the whole asset is in some sort of ascending triangle. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Be like that, and you're actually legging up. The acceleration of demand, right? Even more accumulation. Look, you can see it. So yeah, this could be getting ready to go to much higher prices. And I would think the way the one would size it up, how else could one do it without this? Well, I mean, with the little data we have, the target on audio to the US dollar tether, once it breaks, if it breaks 23.76 cents, it will go to 40 cents, okay? It looks like it's just getting ready, closer and closer. Look, that's an apex right there. Closer it gets to that apex, the probability increases, eventually the break happens, okay? So why is this yellow 23.76 cent here? Again, daily, highest level where traders set it up ever on this asset. And it was like one of the first candles, October 24th. So, yep, could just do what all these other S coins are doing in pump and moon. That's it. Audio actually looks kind of interesting. Okay. Okay. Next one was I don't know, what was it? Syntex Technologies. Yeah, kind of like it. Kind of like this asset. Kind of trying to triple bottom here. Above the 200-day moving average, above critical ice lines 125 to 137. That's the death point. I mean, you're screwed if you fall below that. But if you're above it, it's great. And it's almost like, yeah, you go to the weekly inverse head and shoulder stuff, momentum shifting, structure. Okay. Low, slightly higher low. Bullish convergence.
Spoiling us with this music every day. Hard.
Pierre, thanks to 1424 super chat. I think you just filled the jar, man. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you enjoy it. Thanks for being here. Bullish convergence in the oscillators. 1 bottom, 2 bottom, 3 bottoms. You're just kind of range bound. Right? 218, you ever break 218? You're going up to 280, 314. You break 314, that's where the magic happens. That's where, oh my god, it just pulled a GameStop, you know? Like, it's just so difficult to discern where is the next swing high, you know? There's a lot of them.
Patreon hype. Love the community and education. Amazing value. A look at KQ's Corn CV. Bullish Gartley on 4H. An inverse H and S-like pattern to the
I think I
right.
saw someone post
Bulls
that, and it looked really good.
Cheers,
Someone in the Patreon, was it charts only for patrons chat? Looked great. Yeah, we'll look at it. Thank you, Idiot Air, for the 10 super chat. So, dude, yeah, this actually looks pretty good. Are we getting a Golden Cross coming or anything? Close, maybe? No, you already Golden Crossed. You Golden Crossed July 21st. Alright, so. Yep, Syntex actually looks like it could be setting up higher prices. It's kind of in the middle of the range, the lower point, but being above that 200-day moving average, I really like it. Yeah. This could be setting up higher prices. Yes. Look at that on the weekly, dude. Yeah. Weekly could go nuts. It looks weird. It's got the volume though. Yeah, hidden bullish divergence stuff happening on the RSI. It looks pretty good. Yeah, this is the way it looked on Bitcoin before it went to 40K. Seriously, I'm not kidding. The way Ethereum looks right now on the daily. Yep, a low, the same low, kind of, you know, whatever, and then you're just making lower levels of relative strength every time. You're about to lose. You hadn't seen positive momentum on the weekly on this asset since October 12th. The week of October 12th. That is a long time, and you're about to go positive again. So, yes, the upside looks good here. This is lower risk area. If you talk about a position trade, an actual position trade, where one will be holding this for weeks and months, maybe,
Can you take
right?
a look at BlackBerry? BB.
I mean, you're talking about 100% measure move could take one up to $6. Isn't that crazy? So, like, it sucks that it's not at the bottom of 137, 125, but just somewhere around. If someone's talking about entering now, kind of tough. It's not the best entry, of course, but one could still assess the risk, and one could have that stop just below that low from September of 2019. Would it be equitable? Yeah. Look, you can't trade it. You can't trade the range here, unfortunately, because you wouldn't have a strategic stop, right? One couldn't just be going long here to take profit at 280 or 314, because like the stop loss could get stopped out easy. But like if one's talking about actually, you know, talking about this thing breaks 314 eventually, it would probably run up to 485, this low point. Okay, and that's an equitable trade. 3.75 to 1, looking like that. Second target could be the 100% measure move at $6. But this is not a swing trade, this position trade that could take weeks to months to play out. All right, and then third target would be $7. Really, I mean, on the weekly, the target would be probably like 872. This thing could go much, much higher. Okay, could go, you're at low risk areas, you're making higher lows, the momentum's clearly shifting, you're showing seller exhaustion locally in the short term. This looks good. This actually looks pretty good. Syntex. Okay, are we cool? That makes sense? As we publish it, whatever. You know, that weekly divergence leads you to believe that you may not see the bottom of the range again, right? That's what I like about it. It's like third bottom, you know, 3 valleys now locally. Something like that, man. And again, so maybe one's like, I'm not taking the SINT trade, but I just watched that little segment on how I size it up. So one could apply what I just taught anywhere on any market. Isn't that crazy? So there's always value, whether one's taking this trade or not. If you care about investing in yourself, right, and learning and getting better than yourself from yesterday. Okay? Next asset, Lucky wants to see an inverse head and shoulders on Ethereum on the 60-minute, which I never look at. Never look at the 60-minute, maybe only for back test of trend lines and stuff. Nah, dude, you're not. No. I like how it bounces off the 60-minute 200 moving average. That's cool. But dude, you don't look on the 60-minute for patterns, dude. All right, they're not reliable. They're not nearly reliable enough. It's very good. Remember, we went into what's happening. Just like Bitcoin, absorption of the remaining supply is going on in this asset. And as long as a higher low than $1,000, $1,100 happens, then eventually a pivot will happen, and the market participants will push this price back up to 1440, where all those sell orders are, and maybe on the next attempt, there is no more supply, right? The buyers absorbed all of it, so then there would be a substantial markup in price in a very short period of time, where Ethereum goes to like, $1,700, $1,800, and it's just like, what just happened? And it's all Ethereum's in all the news headlines. I can't believe it, man. Ethereum's gonna flip and it's gonna overtake Bitcoin. You'd hear this. This is what's gonna happen if you just keep making higher lows here. All right, the absorption continues. What's up, dude? Thanks for the 95-cent super chat. Cheers, dude. All right, trying to keep up here. That was an actual, someone requested this, so it's like, okay. Next one was, there's so many. I can't even believe this, dude. I'm never gonna get it done. I'm never gonna get done, dude. Ever. Yeah, plug, there's nothing to look at, but wow.
Audio. I know it's low info, but the only info is positive, so thought I'd ask your opinion. Could you also check Waves/USDT? Thanks, man.
Add it to the list. Thanks, Corey. What's up, Rosleo, thank you, man, for the 1247 super chat. Cheers.
Education, Mitch, благодарю вас.
Thank you so much, comrade. Girl, go. Alright. Plug, dude. This will be a quick one. What do you want from me? I mean, could reverse. Could not. It's insane. It's gone absolutely berserk. TA, the time to TA was down here, right? In the range. The accumulation, the back test of springs. Too late. Divergence. Nothing to do here but to move on. Thank you, dude. Look, man, I mean, what? There's a peak. There's a peak from 2006 that is testing. All right. Well, if it breaks that, then it's going to $73. Another peak from 2002, and after that, who knows, man? Could go to $100. Wow. All right. This is crazy. Whoa, dude. I'm just looking at this list, and it's just like I keep scrolling, and it's like I'm not even close. Okay, minimum's gonna maybe have to go up at some point, like, to just $10 for everything. Any request would be $10 because it's getting kind of wild now. I'm trying, dude. But it's an hour 34 minutes, pretty much of straight up analysis of requests. I'm not sure. Okay, so Pfizer. This is all right. Pfizer hidden bullish divergence. If you can, but remember what we talked about. Getting back above 37.43 was so important. It was like, was it 37? Just this wick high. I do like this though. Church set it up though at that point right there. $37. You're above that, so you're in a zone. Okay, up 2% today. Remember we analyzed this recently. Oh, I like it, man. I like it. The valley, the second valley holding the 200 moving average. Talking about it, bullish divergence in the 4 hour. So yeah, it could rally, but I'd feel better if it got above this congestion area. It looks like it's trying to. So if it was gonna actually play out here and go to just commonly retrace, you're talking about 50% target for Pfizer at 39.62 and a secondary target for Pfizer at $40, 40.44. All right, those are your two targets. If this thing's going to commonly retrace off one bottom and maybe a mini second bottom, and then the very real bullish divergence there So this plays out, and then the daily hidden bullish divergence would play out, and that would take you to these levels. Yeah, this seems like a very real possibility on Pfizer. Yep, very nice. Higher lows, higher highs. So next one. Orange. Telecom. Double top. Major downtrend. Start on the weekly then. Oh my god, dude. What? Yep. Very good. There. That's why we do this, right? Very interesting here. Bullish bat pattern. Yep. Beautiful bullish bat pattern. My god. Doesn't get much better than this, dude. That's perfect. Wow. Anything looking locked? Not really. Okay. So, you've got your range bound. This is the area of low risk. And look here. Locally on the weekly, classic bullish divergence. That was good. Very nice. This is specimen, all right? Big drawdowns and then XABCD. And how long did it take to develop? Well, it only took you 2,485 days for this pattern to develop. That is huge. So it'd be position trade. If one was going to own this, they'd be holding on to it for months. And the target eventually on this asset, it's going to be $18. That's it. That's how you play it, man. I mean, look, it's like a range, and you're at the bottom of the range, and it's an XABCD. So it's like the target's 1829 to 1875, and you don't settle for anything less. This is gorgeous, dude. Doesn't get much better, man. Right? You know, if you're trying to take it long, like now or something, 1, 1, and 2, what's it doing this? Doesn't have a million volume, which sucks. But I would think, man, like, you know, if you're talking about equitability, let's see what we could, how we could test this here. Let's see, top of the range. That's 4.45 to 1. We could settle. We could actually. Oh, so you wouldn't be able to get away with a 3-to-1 reward risk if you tried to strategize having a stop loss below X of the pattern, right? But it would be extremely equitable if you just had a stop below D, the one bottom and the confirmation bottom, right? 1, 2. So you'd think, why would it go down after just confirming the bottom in November or October? Why would it go down to test it again? And if it did, all right, a stop loss slightly below it for triple bottoming or something, but you know, it just doesn't make sense for it to double bottom there and then to fall to X. So if you have confirmation lows, you can be a little bit more confident about the asset. And this is the weekly. So, I mean, yeah, kind of a way to set it up is like this. Very, very nice, dude. Wow, what a good looking asset. Very, very good looking. That's not really the bet. That's a peak, though. A lot of congestion there. I think that'd be a good target. So it'd be like 1854 target, 2370, and 3121 if this thing actually did what these assets do at these levels. After drawdowns and these patterns are created, this eventually happens. I'm not kidding. So this could be just something one could be holding in their portfolio, letting it ride, man. Not even thinking about it. You know, you can monitor it once a week or something, but the way it's set up is like you got a lot of downside potential to, or a lot of downside for your stop loss. Like, it's going to go up and down for a couple weeks or something and do nothing. I'm not worried about it, man. One could enter, set up your stop loss, and just forget about it, for a while. And then eventually it's at this level. Eventually the bids would be coming in if the TA is respected, all right? ORAN. Very good. Something like that. Okay? Nice. Stop loss, not the best, because the best is below X, but the only reason I would be thinking about having a stop just below D is because not one bottom, two bottoms. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, that's it. Nice one on ORAN. Be playing the weekly. What's the next one? Monera. Yep. XMR Citadel, correct. We looked at it earlier and it looked great, like a snack. Classic bullish version of the daily. Thank you, dude. Oh, big fat loser on this one. It's been that way anyway. I don't know. Coca-Cola. Thought it was a big deal. I mean, there's just so much support resistance, dude. Like, look at all that. All these peaks. But I don't like how you fell below $50. But yeah, hey, you're asking the question. Hey, that's a bullish pattern, right? That's a bullish harmonic, kinda. A little bit. Kind of like a cipher, but it's an 886 retrace, so shark maybe, right? There could be a shark on Coke, but I don't see any kind of edge. Well, I mean, God, the RSI maybe on the freaking daily. Look at this. Just extend that out. You got all this hidden bullish divergence going on. Right there, the 200-day moving average on KO. There's better opportunities out there. I think there's better looking assets, but I'm not going to ignore just this XABCD thing right here. Entity. So is that a shark on Coke? Well, we can monitor it. We can definitely monitor it. Let's just go from that previous low to the lowest low. Right. Maybe hidden bullish divergence argument, and then 4-hour help. Yeah, 4-hour. Whoa, whoa. RSI, really strong bullish divergence at the PCC here. All right, so the 4 hours is kind of like saying it's go time on Coca-Cola to reverse to the upside. Now you may just go up to test $50 again, but that's real, dude. Seller exhaustion at the PCC of a bullish shark pattern, and maybe hidden bullish divergence on the RSI on the daily. So not too bad, Coca-Cola. See how it goes, man. All right, trying to get through these, man. I don't know what MTA is, Lil Nate, dude. M stable? What is M stable? Is that a crypto? Is it like a video game or something, dude? Dude, I don't know what you want. There's an S coin named Meta. There's stock called Meta, MTA, whatever. I don't know. I mean, comp did. Remember that time? Comp was showing 3 rising valleys. Hidden bullish divergence on the 3rd valley, and the 3rd valley was back testing a spring. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we remember, and it's TA's being respected if you forgot. To a point where it almost hit the top, right, the all-time high. It was so close, dude. It was like 99% of the way there, and then Bitcoin. Thanks, Bitcoin. So now it's just hanging out, and if it, I don't know. You think if it could hold above maybe this $200 area long enough, pivot and go higher. But just keep making these higher lows, and everything will be fine. But man, there was opportunity on comp, and it was around Christmas time. And ever since Christmas time, it's played out. Boom. That's it. That's comp. Air break 268. Target's already there. Look, 325, 352, 391 on comp. Perfect. Whoever requested ramp, it looks like you wanted that Ethereum Bitcoin wrapped asset, so that's an S coin, so $10 minimum for that stuff. Okay, next one is OMG coin, it looks like. Okay. OMG, we identified a harmonic on this, and it played out. The harmonic played out, if you remember, back from January 11th. It hit the targets. It's over. So then it sold off and created a bullish hammer at the exact same time when Bitcoin painted it. It's been rallying, but it's not been making anywhere close to higher highs than the previous high. But higher lows, still making higher lows, still back testing old congestion areas, very critical supports as support, right? So the fact that anything you're above 323 is more bullish on OMG because eventually you could see 416. So now you're just like stuck in a range where there are local highs and stuff, but it's really between 323 and 4 in the 4s, right? Nothing implying upside right now that I see. The hammer was good, but it's just been floating on up with Bitcoin, performing just like Bitcoin. But if you're talking about a trade setup or anything, it was like hammer with no edge. There was a hammer that people buy hammers like that, right? But it was the harmonic, it was there. It didn't really have any divergence at the PCZ, but it was perfect. All right. Oh yeah, look, this one looks incredible. Oh my god, dude, DCR, are you kidding me, dude? Wow. DCR looks awesome. Well, I mean, you're asking for it. Man, you should ask, why didn't I ask for it yesterday? It's like, this looks great. Look how, it's like a double bottom and a major uptrend. Incredible. About to break the neckline of the potential double bottom. It's about to be confirmed. When you just think about it, if it could break that, what could happen? I mean, this is X, A, B, C, D stuff. You're working on the large wave to the upside, maybe. But yeah, you do have to break that. If you did break it, pretty easy to target, man. Just 100% measure move of this potential double bottom. Wow. Probably puts you to 1272 fib extension. Right there, 77.82 if you can break 61.55 and 71. Alright, so one bottom, two bottoms. Decred, nice. See how far this goes. See what plays out. There you go. Nice. Very nice.
ISK, SC, ICX, CVC, all crypto.
What's up, LA? Thanks for the 20 super chat. Yes, salespeople make sales. The crypto are cryptos. Yes, thank you, dude. Not really sure how I feel about Kodak, man. I don't know, dude. Like, Here's your Kodak. It should, I mean, on 4 hours, should bullish divergence for this little markup. Look, low, lower low, high low, zero to strength. And I mean, it showed, so TIA is being respected on a rally, but it doesn't ensure it's going higher. I don't see anything that really sticks out. Like, oh, it's time, man. What a great chart. Great looking chart on Hertz. This bankrupt. Yep, Kava looked good, and it's been looking good. Yeah, this is playing out the way we had looked at it before. Remember, it was like a dragon kind of, and you were holding areas that were once resistance at support. Kava looked great. One bottom, two bottom. There's that double bottom again, man. And on the second bottom, what happened on Kava? Classic bullish divergence on the second low. Add an ice line. That's what you want. That's what we covet. That's what we need in our lives as swing traders. Old resistance becomes support, not once but twice, and on the second time, sellers are indicating that they are exhausted. Look what happens when all those variables line up together. You break the supply line, you run up, and then the golden zone. You're on the way. You're working on it. Between 284 and 386, target for a dragon of some sort, I would think, it would be probably 385, then it could be 459. So this is well on the way. The opportunity's gone. Like, too late to be taking longs. You had too much opportunity. You had like 2 weeks plus to identify all this stuff, and we looked at it. I mean, I plotted this on stream. Someone requested it. I do all this, and it's there already. It's like, oh, okay, I just come back to it, and we just reiterate what the analysis was and how it's doing, how it started, and how it's doing. What the? Oh, wrong button. Okay. I'm trying, chat. These are all requests. KNC at 1.69%. Same thing. It's like, broke a supply line, double bottomed, where it was it, man. If it didn't hold there at 69 cents, it was going to 55 and then 42 cents. So it's trying to hold on.
Forgot about the $10 per coin. Here's the rest, brother. Thanks for what you do.
It's normally like one contribution. It's like, like each contribution is one coin, kind of like one spin per contribution, no matter how large it is. But we already looked at none of those. Wow. Tim's saying this is like why we have to have rules, because it's like I already like backed up, and then it's like, I don't know. I'm trying, dude. Like, I don't want you to feel like, hey man, this guy didn't look at my coin, but it's like, how many people have requested a coin today or an asset? You're requested 4. It's tough. So if you break 135, which you're trying, if you can hold it, the markup could go to 186. But at the same time, this is exactly where, if not enough bids come in, this could fall down to 107, 106. There's no edge right now. There was an edge down on the second bottom at a critical support. There was seller exhaustion here locally from this low to the next low. So you can't say there wasn't an edge at one point. I know Brad brought this up. I know Tomas brought this up. Patrons, we all looked at it. It was identified. It's too late. So it's like, I don't know. At this level, it can go to 186. Probably at this point, eventually, whatever the next move is, it's either 186 or it's 106. That's it. Okay. Daily looks like crap, kind of, but yeah, daily's kind of rough, but yeah, he's talking about there are multiple assets that show this little XABCD structure. This is perfect. I mean, it's a literal textbook perfect Gartley. in every way. I mean, it's perfect. It's literally the Jesus perfect. So if it stays above 14.2 cents, that's what you want. I definitely think you don't want to fall below that. It was like a lot of the other ones, like Dash, like BNB, like Litecoin, they all showed it, but they didn't show seller exhaustion. So again, of course, at this point, this could go on to Mars. It could fly and run to the upside. But a lot of times, what happens is it's more prudent for the swing traders to wait for a second test of that PCZ, and then you get bullish divergence there. But it hasn't happened. It may never happen. I'm just telling you the strongest type of swing trade is when you get confirmation and exhaustion. You don't have that. You just had a nice bounce out of PCZ. Bought it up, 200 moving average there, 14145 extension, confluence. So one more test of it would be incredible, or maybe at least to come down to test like 13.1 cents, you know, before going higher. But yeah, it's there. It's definitely there, like a lot of the other altcoins. God, I haven't looked at BlackBerry in a while, man. Dude, I remember this though. This is like old school charting. Anytime you see like purple lines, that means like I haven't looked at it in a long time. But look how it fell below that ice line, right? That whole area of congestion, and it got above, it gapped up above it, sold off. It almost looks like it back tested, right? Before it went, and then it just broke the downswing resistance. You've been in this since 2013. Look at this complex head and shoulders pattern. Back when I used to manually draw these little curved tools for the heads and shoulders. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. But now what? You're at the peak from 2013, that high, and you are below it. You closed below it. So above that, my God, man, my God. There's a lot of chop, actually. Right? I think if you ever broke $18, $20, you broke $20, $24.65. You ever broke $24.65, there's a gap fill. Gap fill up at $29.49. So, I mean, eventually it could go there, but this is a straight line up, dude. I would just be really careful. This is really high risk. This looks like a Wall Street Bets asset, doesn't it? Unsustainable crap. No, the request didn't get missed. I couldn't gain clarity. I mean, like, he could give clarity on his request, you know. Hey, I want this. It's an S coin. Like, can you even be surprised if you request a trash loser coin that no one's ever heard of before and expect me to think it's an S coin when it could have been a stock and I have no idea? Like, all right, good news on waves. Waves momentum shifted. Look, a low, a lower low, the lowest low. Look, higher lows. All right, good news. Holding above $6. $6 in an uptrend. All right. Yeah, could go up to 813 and 873 again. All right. Sure. Nice bullish hammer like Bitcoin and many others, but there wasn't really, I mean, an edge there. Not really. So you're pretty far off the lowest risk entry, right? If you're talking about inverse head and shoulders, you're really far off. So I don't know. It's not making higher highs. Maybe it holds. Maybe it's 605, that could be an entry, but not really seeing anything that sticks out to me right now. I mean, I like the structure. I understand why you requested it. I understand. But, hey, if it ever played out, then just going all-time highs, right? You ever break it? This structure actually hits a measure move. It's going up to like $10, okay? So, it's kind of unclear really where a neckline would be of this, I would just stick with the support resistance, right? The range, top of the range breakout. Okay. Dash, I like Dash if Bitcoin doesn't crash. Because if Bitcoin doesn't crash, Dash has the ability to not crash, and so the longer it doesn't crash and holds above $100, maybe eventually you'll start getting maturing hidden bullish divergence on the daily, and that would help the argument of the 4-hour beautiful, I mean beautiful bullish Gartley pattern. Beautiful. It's not catching bids, and it could very well come to backtest $9,800 for a double bottom, and where you get a 4-hour edge, which we see it all the time, right? Where it just rolls over. The asset will just roll over and go back to the same bottom and do this, and then what happens? Well, the oscillators do the same thing. RSI sells off and makes a higher level, right? And then you get the edge. You get the confirmation, right? That's probably what's going to happen, because it just happens over and over and over again. Market participants have no idea if the bottom's in. They just don't know. So you have to test again. You have to make another test, and at that second test, you have to see the divergence. Okay, so that would be ideal, and it will probably happen. That's Dash. Whoops. Weird. Okay. Dash. Targets are way up here. CNA. If it ever played out. Which it sure is taking its time. Gotta chill out, man. Dude, no volume on this ISK crap. Like none. Like you can't even tell there are candles. I mean, sure, like you wanted it. Sure, look at the Wyckoff. You sprung, you back tested the spring once in July, 2 times in September, 3rd time in October. It's marked up from there, so it's kind of done. It's downtrend. I mean, I guess it did break a supply line here. I'm trying to unironically do this. Yep, broke the supply line. We made a common retrace. Golden zones between. This is worthless. 8.1 tenths of 1 penny to 8.9 tenths of 1 penny, right? For just common retrace. I don't know, dude. That was the area at 7.1 tenths of 1 cent. Cool. We already looked at CVC. We already looked at ICX. We looked at Dash. We looked at ISK. This crap in a while, but it actually looks kind of interesting, I guess, maybe. SC, the US dollar. A couple of handle stuff, maybe. Right, couple with handle stuff. I mean, if it ever broke 5 tenths of 1 penny, then yeah, you could see a price discovery and mark up, uptrend could continue. So, I mean, easy way to, you could Fibonacci here, or you could just say, no, man, that's coupled handle. I like the couple handle. We could make it visualized too, I guess. It's very, I've never, I mean, SC, there was SIA coin, but it's like, huh? Right? It's cupping right now. You know, wildest dreams. There you go. 7.7 tenths of 1 penny. It's still worthless up there too. So, all right. Cup with handle, man. Okay, that's it.
I meant to try Bell SK, not LSK. Sorry.
You're good. What's data on Poloniex? Yeah, Poloniex, yeah, actually this looks good. Wow. Look at this, y'all. Super liquid, so it's just one of those S ones, right? You have the ice line of 105, very important $1 area, right? Okay. You're above it, you're holding it again. Right, looking like from this bottom to the next one, it's a higher low, convergence. Inverse head and shoulder stuff. I mean, it looks like it's trying to set up for higher prices. Weekly looks crazy. Wow, look at this weekly structure here. Oh, hidden bullish divergence. Very, very real right now, but no bids yet. Penny price action continuation the upside. So I would think on Lisk at 131, if all this weekly and daily stuff and this holding of the ice line holds or whatever, if it like plays out, then I think that eventually LSK could go to 212. Right, that would be the target. All right, 212. And if it ever broke that, this is the crazy wicks you can get. You can get insane price action. Look, I would think a reasonable target above 212 will be 387. Yes. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. That's it. That's the only price action correlation really you got above 212 that's real, okay? So, yeah, this could be maybe setting up for much higher prices. I don't know what it does or anything, but it technically, look, man, where are you forming this momentum shifting structure? There's value areas. My God, it went so high that it's not even going to be it's probably a 95% retrace. So yeah, deep value. This pattern is developing on a substantially and very clearly higher low than the previous low from April 2017. So more market participants own it. It actually looks okay. Yep, you break 212, you go to 387. It could be crazy, dude. But you know what looks like this too on the weekly? Like Zcash and Dash. They look very similar to this. Okay, let's. All right. We got through the requests. My God, I've been live for 2 hours, 8 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream at all, the like button, the bell, the sub, man. Thank y'all. Back to Bitcoin for a second. Hey, you're holding on, dude. You're holding on to this little demand line here that someone wanted me to plot, you know, for this small wedge consolidation structure after a dump. Yeah, where it could dump again and on the hidden bear surge, we get bullish divergence eventually down at 28, 30K. Can't believe I made it. All right. Good stream. Very good stream. Oh, never mind. Always one I missed. I mean, dude, you're requesting an asset that has no data and it's illiquid. Like, look at that. There's nothing to look at here. There's no TA that can be done. Oh, hidden bullish divergence to the daily? Okay, it's beginning to continue. So, I guess if this asset ever breaks 35 cents, it could go up to moon. It could go to moon, I guess. There you go. There's nothing I can do here, man. Like, you gotta find assets with actual data. Okay. Nearing the top of the range. If it breaks it, it could go insane again. I don't know. Ioneer. No idea. Alright. Luna? Did no one requested today? What's up, CBT, man? Let's go! Thank you, CBT, for the 50 contribution, Kingsman. Really appreciate it. Did you tip me 50 for looking at Luna or something? Just kidding. Hey, dude, I mean, like, unless Big One crash, if Big One doesn't crash, Luna is destined for much, much higher prices. Targets 120. It just looks so good. It's just such a good-looking asset. God, I can't get over it, but it's an S coin, so it could just fail, man, right? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like someone posted in general chat, Bitcoin Live, Ethereum breakout, 650 soon? That was a stream from 2 months ago. How incredible is that? 650, by the way. Alright, we did it, man. We did it. Got through the requests. Saw Happy Australia Day again to you. We won't see this kangaroo for another year, mate. Alright? So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions. Thanks for the 953 patrons now. If you're wanting to join the Patreon, I would wait now until the first of the month, since this is when the billing cycle is. So, thanks everyone for all the support. It means everything. There were pretty few good ones today. Absolutely. So, there were good ones from yesterday and the day before, and mainly bad, but that's the way it is with TA. Normally, you're going to be hitting the spacebar, which is going to the next chart on your watch list, right? Most of the time, like these requests and me going to them, whatever, that's normally how it goes. When you have a watch list, you're always be scanning ABS, and you're just normally like, spacebar. Yep, looks like crap, spacebar. Looks like crap. But people are contributing, so I'm trying to spend time on these assets to make it worth the amount they tipped, right? With education, hindsight on what happened after the assets already played out, so. All right. Thanks everyone so much for being here. Thanks for the 807 likes, the 1,264 here. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. A. Oh wow, I missed this. Gotta do it. Scott, no one's probably watching anymore, but Scott L, thanks so much for joining the Patreon. The 25th best day to join the Patreon. Let's go, dude. I'm in the chat. Wow. Kangs. Thanks, dude.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.